All right. Welcome, welcome. Still getting my technology set up, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, this is a restorative yoga class, and it's intended to be a stress management class. So stress management through the lens of restorative yoga is really what we're going for here. And, you know, I like to incorporate a little bit of astrology in my classes, and I always use the caveat that, you know, even if you don't believe in astrology, you might still find some inspiration or information by tuning into the cycles of nature. And so just go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Close the eyes. And just begin to visualize yourself connected with all of the cosmos. Begin to visualize that you are one human being on this massive planet Earth within this greater solar system, galaxy, universe. And just start to tune in to the fact that in one way or another, we are all affected by the cycles of nature. We feel when the seasons change from winter into spring. We feel when these full moons pull on the waters of our planet, whether it's in the oceans, in our wombs, maybe our sweat and our tears. And just closing the eyes and taking a few deep breaths to really feel that you are an individual, but that you are connected with a greater whole. That you are a part of nature, not separate from nature. That you have this relationship with the natural world around you. As you begin to visualize yourself tuning in to this full moon overhead. You know, I like to use astrology as, you know, just inspiration. You can take it or leave it. But the theme for this particular full moon is a theme of balance. Libra, the scales. I invite you to, just sitting there with your eyes closed, start to tune in to the balance of gravity holding you firmly to the earth, and levity as you grow tall and long. I invite you to feel into the balance of your left and your right side of your body as you bring the palms to press together at heart center. There's a gentle squeeze of the belly and the shoulder blades, balancing the front and the back of the body. Feeling into that balance between being an individual and being a part of the collective, the I and the we. Feeling the balance of light and dark in these strange times. Have you noticed yourself moving between these different flavors of feelings or thoughts. I always love to call upon my individual balance of masculine and feminine within myself. It's a beautiful time of year to call in this balance. Now, typically around the time of the full moon, we'll set our intentions around what it is that we would like to let go of. And my favorite way to do this is just to visualize the full moon overhead. And just think of anything that might be holding you back from finding the strong, centered balance point within yourself. And just visualize whatever it is that might be holding you back. Just visualize yourself writing it on the face of the moon. Maybe it's one word. Right around this time, I've heard a lot of people talking about that now is the time to let go of our codependencies. Our codependencies on other people, on our jobs, on our partners, on our families. That's my word. Maybe you have one word, something that might be in the way between you and your balance, and just visualize writing that on the face of the moon. Maybe you have a long list and you are welcome to write it down on a piece of paper after class. I recommend burning it in a safe way, of course. And just know that from this day, over the next 2 weeks, as you look up the moon, as you look up at the moon, it will be a little bit darker every day. That full moon will be fading, will be waning. And you can visualize, you can see visually with your eyes what you've written on the face of the moon in your mind's eye just slowly disappear. And to me, that's the magic of setting these intentions around full moon time, is being able to know that things may not change overnight. But when we align with the cycles of nature, when we have a visual representation of something we're wishing to change from within, we can see the change reflected from without. Now we'll begin the class with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om to just cleanse and clear and set the space, whatever space you might be in right now. In through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. With the eyes closed, begin to rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat and friction with the hands. And place the hands over the eyes. Allow the heat of the hands to soften the face and smile. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, open your heart, reach the palms up high. And exhale, tuck the chin, round it down. Couple more, inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do last 2, big and exhale. Inhale, reach it up, touch the palms overhead. And exhale, float the hands down to the earth below you. And slowly start to sway side to side. And just breathe into your lower back and the hips. Maybe the eyes go back to closed if that feels good to you. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And let's slowly come on up. So switch which foot you have in front or on top. Inhale, sweep the arms up high, touch the palms overhead. And exhale, lower the right arm, reach the left arm over to the side. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. And just breathe. And move. This is intended to be a super relaxing style of class, relaxing movement with breath. It's called restorative yoga because hopefully you'll feel refreshed and restored by the end of the class. Inhale up and exhale over. And we're just moving the body so that we can be more prepared for our meditation at the end. Let's inhale up through center, touch the palms overhead. And exhale, gentle twist to the right. Inhale up through center, touch the palms overhead. And exhale, gentle twist to the left. I like to think of this, just keep going, as a way to just cleanse and clear my personal space. So play with that as you're moving your hands. How can you just add that intention in there. Let's take 2 or 3 more. Just ending in the opposite direction of where you began. I've got 2 more for me. And just notice your breath. We want the breath to be a lot more intentional than your everyday life. Inhale up through center. And exhale, hands to the floor. Once again, just a slight sway if that feels comfortable for your back. Deep breaths here. Maybe you make the sound of a sigh. One more big inhale. And exhale. And let's come on up. Extend the legs wide. And just point the toes up towards the sky. Beautiful. So in that same kind of side-to-side sway motion, we're going to start to release and relax the inner thighs. Deep breaths here. I'm in kind of a crammed little space here, maybe you can tell. And this is a great way for me to just remind all of you that you can practice yoga anywhere, anytime, anywhere, even if you don't have a ton of space. My bed's like right here. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And let's slowly start to come on up. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Grab a hold of the ankles and lengthen through the back of the spine on the inhale. And on the exhale, draw the heart towards the feet. So we're just starting easy, getting into the body here. If you'd like, you can press the elbows into the knees. And I like that sway motion. That's kind of like my thing. See how it feels in your body. You can also kind of press into the knees or flutter the knees here. Couple deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Bring the left knee in and slide the right foot underneath. And then scooch that left foot over top. So finding your sits bones in the ground. Specifically, we want this hip really touching the ground here. And from there you can wrap the arm around the knee and hug it into the chest. I like to kind of rock and roll here. Back when I was still in contact with other humans, I love to get massaged into this hip area, right? I had one massage that I got where I literally asked my massage therapist to use his elbow on the inside of that hip like the whole entire massage. And then I discovered this movement. And I like to think of this as like self-massage, self-care. So really hug the knee in, root the sits bones down, and just sway side to side. Yeah, I love the rocking. Someone made a comment. It's so good. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly unwind. So depending on how much room you have, I'm going to see if I can do it in my smaller space. You can just switch the legs, or you can bring your hands over to the side, keep your feet where they are, and just roll around, all the way around, until you're facing forward. You don't have to, but that's just kind of a fun way. Otherwise, you'll just switch the legs. Beautiful. So, same thing. You want to root down the sits bone. It's really pressing into the earth, and that's what gives you the lift that you can then hug the knee in. You're going to feel this in the hips, I'm sure. Maybe some other places as well. So just take some nice deep breaths. Send the breath right where you feel the stretch. Rock it out. Feel that you're really doing something good for yourself, that you're really offering some self-care and some self-love. 3 more deep breaths here. Two. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And let's slowly unwind. So bring the feet straight out in front of you. And we're just going to do a nice easy forward fold flow. So just like we would standing up, but this time we're sitting down. So inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, slowly fold forward. See if you can touch your toes. And then rounding up, full rotation of the shoulders. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Let's do 2 more big inhales. And exhale. Last one, inhale, round it up. And exhale, folding forward. And when you're ready, slowly come on up. Let's find our way into the tabletop position. So, hands under the shoulders and knees directly under the hips. We're going to move through some cat-cow movements here. Let's see if we can undulate. I did this a couple of weeks ago in one of my videos, so we'll try it again here. So first I want you to keep your head and shoulders steady. And I want you to just tuck and lift the tailbone a couple of times. Tuck. And lift. And just see how it feels to just work in that tailbone area. And then come on back here to center. And then we're going to keep, this time, the hips and the head steady. And we're just going to lift and lower just the shoulders. Lift and lower. Lift and lower a couple of times. Keep breathing. If your breath has stopped, bring it back to your intention. All right, this time the hips and the shoulders are going to stay steady, and we're just going to lift and tuck the chin. So lift of the chin, and then the tuck. And then lift, and then tuck. And come on back to neutral. And we're just going to undulate the spine as best we can. You can't do this wrong. Just do it so that it feels good in your body. So we're going to tuck the tailbone, round up through the back of the heart, tuck the chin. And then we're going to lift the tailbone first, then drop the heart, and then lift the chin. That's your inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the back of the heart, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the heart, lift the chin. And just start to flow. Exhale, rounding up through cat. And inhale, rolling through cow pose. And exhale, undulate up through cat. 2 more big inhales. And exhales. Last one. And come on back to center. So finding yourself still here in the tabletop position, you're going to do a shoulder opener here. On your inhale, ooh, hi lamp. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. And exhale, thread it underneath the right arm until your left shoulder and your left ear find the earth. So the hips might sway to the side, draw them back to center, and slowly tiptoe your right hand towards the front. And on an exhale, melt your right armpit towards your left elbow. And take a few deep breaths here into your heart space for 5. It's 5 deep breaths, not 5 seconds. How deep can you breathe? 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly walk your right hand back in front of the face, pressing down to lift up, all the way up through that left arm. And exhale, bring it back down. Second side, inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And exhale, thread it through, right shoulder and right ear to the earth. Tiptoe the left arm forward and square off the hips as you press left elbow to the right arm, or left armpit to the right elbow. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. 5 deep breaths. 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale and exhale. Tiptoe that left hand back in front of the face. Press down to lift up on the inhale. And exhale, come on back. Let's find your way onto the belly here. So flat on the belly. I'm going to do my best to teach this pose in a very tight space here in my bedroom because I have people downstairs at my house where I normally teach. So from here, let's extend your right arm straight out from your right shoulder. So right arm comes straight out from the right shoulder and you're on the belly. Beautiful. Bend into the left knee and bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder. All right. So the right arm is going to stay exactly where it is. And you're just going to simply roll to the right. The left foot can find the earth behind the right knee. This is a big shoulder opener. 5 deep breaths here. If you didn't quite get this pose, that's okay. Just do something that feels good for your shoulder for 4 more deep breaths. Big inhales. And exhale. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly come back down onto the belly. Alright, so we're going to do the second side. Again, doing my best to teach in this small space. So left arm's going to come straight out from the left shoulder. And bending into the right leg. And placing the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Big inhale here. And on an exhale, rolling over, right foot comes behind the left knee. Hopefully that left ear can rest on the floor. You can put a pillow under that head if you choose. And 5 deep breaths here, right into the shoulder space for 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly roll back down onto the belly. You guys doing all right out there? All right, so we're going to transition into holding poses, coming a little bit more into a restorative resting place. So we're going to bend into the right knee and the right elbow and just bring the left arm up and overhead. So you're going to end up in this more traditional like belly sleeping position here. Left arm up overhead, bend into the right knee and the right elbow, and the left ear can come to the earth or to a hand if you choose, or a pillow. This is one of my favorite yoga poses because it's just an opportunity to kind of stop, drop, and feel. Allowing yourself to melt into the earth. Just feel any stress or drama in your body begin to just melt away. Allow yourself to feel just slightly heavier for a moment. And in the same way that we connected with the moon at the beginning of class, I invite you right now to connect with the earth. I like to think of this particular pose as like giving the earth a great big hug. And just feel yourself being hugged back. 3 more deep breaths here. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly begin to lift the head, and we'll shift to the second side. So this time, Bending into the left knee and the left elbow. Right arm comes up overhead. Right ear to the earth. And allow yourself to really settle in here. Really feel what it feels like to surrender to gravity, to let gravity win after all the sitting and standing that we do. Feeling that deepening, that softening, that surrender, letting go. 5 more deep breaths here. If the mind wanders, just come back to these intentions around balance, around letting go, around aligning with nature. 4 more deep breaths. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Begin to lift your head, straighten that left leg. Bring the hands under the shoulders, and we're going to press up and back for child's pose. So sitting down onto the heels and releasing the forehead to the earth. Let's take an arm variation. I've been doing lots of shoulder release today because in my flow class yesterday we did a few push-ups and I'm feeling it. So let's bring the hands behind the nape of the neck and walk the elbows forward. That way when you release your forehead, you can really find that tricep stretch as well. 5 deep breaths here. 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the hands and come on up. Beautiful. Let's find our way onto our backs here. Slowly find your way all the way onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest so you can rock side to side. Take some circles with the knees in one direction. And some circles with the knees in the other direction. Now, letting the knees move in opposite directions. So this time the knees come wide and circle wide and back in. A couple of big circles with the knees here. And then circling the knees the opposite direction, wide and back in, just opposite direction. Lubricating those hip joints. And when you're ready, bring the feet straight up overhead. So the feet are going to come directly over the hips. I don't know if you can see my feet. I've got 2 videos going, so I'm trying to, there we go. So the feet are going to come directly up over the hips, and the hands are going to come directly up over the shoulders. And from here, just begin to circle the feet and the ankles. And circle the feet and the ankles in the opposite direction. And just pause here. Letting the hands be directly over the shoulders and the feet be directly over the hips. And can you feel for just a moment that reversal of gravity in your body? Just clearing out any stagnation, any stuck energy in the feet, the hands, the legs, or the arms. 2 more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Bending into the left knee, plant the left foot flat on the earth and place the right foot on top of the left knee. So coming into a figure 4 position here. And when you're ready, reach through and grab a hold of the left hamstring or the left shin. Here we are in figure 4 position. This is going to feel similar to that stretch we did in the beginning of class, that self-massage move. And here we get to explore it in a different way. So just allow yourself to rock a little bit, side to side. Some energy in the toes, so they're either pointed or flexed. Maybe it feels better not to rock and just to hug that left knee in and let the right knee press away. Or maybe you like the rock. Just see how it feels. 2 more deep breaths here. For those of you just joining, you're welcome to just jump in. We're coming into a deep relaxation here in just a couple of minutes. All right, when you're ready, release the left foot to the earth, unwind, that right foot plants on the earth, left ankle on the right quadricep, and reach the hands through that space you just created. Grab a hold of the hamstring or the shin. And you're hugging that right knee in, and the left knee is gently moving away from you. Hold the hips steady by engaging the abdominals. Again, energy in the toes, so either pointed or flexed. And then just see how it feels to rock a little bit side to side. Deep breaths here. You might make a sigh anytime you choose. Let's do 3 more deep breaths. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly begin to unwind. So if you have your 2 pillows that we talked about in the beginning of class, or maybe 2 blankets, go ahead and grab them. We're going to come into a deep relaxation pose. So bringing the pillows underneath the knees, and the feet are going to press together. The soles of the feet will press together here. Let the knees open wide. Allow the pillows to support the knees. And then let the palms face up. Close the eyes. And take some nice deep breaths here. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Tuning back into our theme for the class today, this theme about balance. Can you allow your inhale and your exhale to be equal, even, balanced? As you allow yourself to relax deeply here and to focus on the breath, to focus on the balance. Just know if the mind wanders, as minds often do, just come back to your intention. Maybe there are new intentions that are coming to you and through you at this time. Intentions around balancing the me and the we. Balancing your moments of movement and stillness. Are there relationships in your life that could be more balanced? Maybe your work-life relationship, or a romantic or family relationship, or a friendship. Allowing these themes to just see how they land for you, see what pops up for you. 4 more deep breaths. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Use the hands on the outsides of the knees and start to press the knees together. And just toe heel the feet wide. So knees together, feet wide here. And allow yourself to rest here in the counter position. So we just had the knees quite wide. Now they're in narrow, just creating that balance within the body for 5 deep breaths. 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale the knees up over the feet, and exhale, drop both knees to the right. So we're just going to windshield wiper the legs here. You can bring the hands up behind the head if that feels good to you. Inhale up through center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. And just a few times, inhale up through center. Exhale, knees right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, knees left. One more each side. We're going to hold. Inhale up. Exhale, hold with the knees to the right. You can even place the right foot on top of the left knee. Press it down and really breathe into any area of your body that is feeling the stretch. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Release the feet. Inhale up through center. Exhale, knees to the left. Maybe placing that left foot on the right knee. Then take a few deep breaths right into that stretch. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release and unwind. And start to find your way into your final Shavasana. So you're going to want to come flat on the back. If you have a very thin pillow, you can place that under your head, but please don't use a thick pillow. We really want you to be kind of as flat as possible on the back. If you have any back issues, you can always put your feet up on a chair. I'll leave that up to you. It's the beautiful thing about doing yoga at home is you can use your chairs, you can use your pillows and blankets and props, and they're all yours. If there's anybody that's just now joining us, we're just coming into our final relaxation. So feel free to stop, drop, and feel, right? That's one of my favorite hashtags. If you're on Instagram, you might be able to find me. And just allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to get any last wiggles and jiggles out of the way, and just close the eyes. Notice your awareness, where it is. Maybe it's the lawnmower outside your window, or someone moving around in another part of your space. Maybe it's somewhere in the past or the future. And I invite you to call your awareness just to your heartbeat. And from that place, slowly drop your awareness down into your tailbone. Into both hips. Down the upper legs and the lower legs. Through the feet and into the tips of all 10 toes. Without moving at all, just with the power of your awareness, relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Feel that wave of relaxation up through your shins and your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your quadriceps, hamstrings, inner and outer thighs. Relax into your hip flexors or groin area. Relax the outer hips, the glutes or buttocks muscles. And from the back side of the body through to the front side of the body, relax your psoas, your pelvic floor, your hip joints, your roots, soften and relax. Relax through the abdominals and relax your entire abdominal area, all of the internal organs. Relax the digestive system, the assimilation system, the elimination system, the reproductive system. If you've had any surgeries, relax any organs that have been removed. Just send a softening to those spaces. And allow your awareness to travel, bringing with it that wave of relaxation as you relax through the diaphragm, the lungs and the ribs. Relax the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Soften the heart. Relax into the chest or pectoral muscles. Into the armpits and down the side bodies to the lower back. Soften and relax, widen and lengthen the lower back. Soften and relax, widen and lengthen through the middle back. And the upper back. Let the shoulder blades melt into the earth. Relax across the tops of the shoulders and into the biceps and triceps. Relax the elbows, the forearms, the wrists. Relax the backs and the palms of the hands and into the tips of all 10 fingers. Slowly allowing your awareness to travel with that wave of relaxation. Relax through the fingers and the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders. Relax down the collarbones and up the front of the neck, around the sides of the neck and up the back of the neck. Relax all the way up the back of the neck to the crown of the head. Relax the skull and the scalp. Relax the hair. And into the forehead, let the forehead melt. Melt through the temples, the sides of the head, the ears, and into the lower jaw. Relax all the way down the lower jaw to the chin, the lips, the tongue. Relax the teeth and the roof of the mouth. From the roof of the mouth through the sinuses to the nose and cheeks. Relax across the nose and cheeks. And into the eye area, relax the eyebrows, the eyelids, the circular muscles that line the eye sockets. Even the eyeballs relax and sink deep. There's a gentle inwards and upwards rotation of the eyes, nothing forced. Totally natural as your awareness comes to the center of the brain, at the tippy top of the spinal column. Relax the brain as a muscle, feel it soften. Allowing yourself to feel for a moment this contrast between movement and stillness, the balance between the movement and the stillness of this practice. The balance between the body and the mind. The balance between as above, so below, as without, so within. Leaving you with just a couple of tools for this full moon time. One is that visualizing, writing something on the face of the moon so that you can see it disappear over the next 2 weeks. And in the tradition of yoga that I trained in Nepal, they talked about visualizing a drop of creative nectar in the center of your brain, a gift that is given to you every full moon that you get to hold on to and use as creative fuel and inspiration over the next 2 weeks. So just visualizing a full moon, a drop of nectar in your mind's eye that you can come back to for inspiration over the next 2 weeks' time. Recalling your intention, any messages that have come to you or through you today, as you slowly begin to deepen the breath. You can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Try and keep your head or your eyes closed if you can. You can move the head side to side. Reach the arms up overhead and the feet down below. Take a nice full body stretch. And on an exhale, soften. Bend one knee at a time and bring your feet to the mat below you, or the earth or the pillow. And roll to one side through the fetal position. Allow yourself to rest here for just a moment, feeling held and safe and supported. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed if you can. Bring the palms to press together at heart center. Sitting up a little taller than when you got here, coming back to this theme of balance. The full moon tonight is in the sign of Libra. It's the golden scales. Setting some intentions for how you would like to manifest more balance in your life. I invite you, if you have time, to journal after this session, to write down your thoughts around balance, around letting go, around that drop of nectar, that spark of inspiration that you might feel over the next couple of weeks. And you can write it down in your journal and keep it, or you can safely burn it somehow, or sometimes I'll bury it in the earth and let it decompose in a natural way. Just a suggestion you can play around with. Sealing our practice, sealing our space, this place and this time, with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time, sigh. This time, Om. Thumbs to the heart, lips, and forehead reminds us to keep balanced in our hearts, in our words, and in our thoughts. As we bow to each other, it is to all of us. The energy and intention, that creative spark within me, honors and supports the energy and intention, the creative spark within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. It's such a pleasure. I've been posting recordings of this class on Facebook. So if you're welcome to find me on Facebook. I'm just Kim Doyle, and it's you'll see my profile picture is like an advertisement for my yoga classes. And you're welcome to share these classes. Like if there's anyone in your life that might benefit from just gentle stretching and deep relaxation, like I'm just putting these out there to the world. On the recordings, I have like a little Venmo or PayPal link where some people are donating, but it's definitely not required. And I just want to share this practice with people. It's helped me through great challenges of stress and anxiety and change. And, we're just in a time right now where a lot of us are experiencing stress and anxiety and change. So, I would love to connect through social media, through email, through text, whatever way feels good for you. And just thank you guys so much for joining me. So much love.